If you look at this from the perspective of a state like Pennsylvania, if you just looked at the unemployment rate, which is about 8.8%, that's a lot lower in a relative sense than a number of states represented here on this platform. But it equates to 500,000 people out of work in our state. We have as many as 23,000 have already run out of their unemployment benefits, and that number could go, as one prediction has it, going to 60,000 by the end of the year. And for the life of me, I can't understand why, at a time of recession and misery and darkness for so many people, so many families, that Republicans in Washington, I don't think the Republicans around the country that support this, by the way, but Washington, D.C. Republicans are standing in the way of providing some light to that darkness, some measure of relief at a time of tremendous misery across the country. And you know, we hear all the time that Washington doesn't get it, Washington doesn't respond, Washington doesn't have something specific to address certain problems. This is one instance, I should say, where it's abundantly clear to me and clear to, I think, Americans across the board that Washington can take an action which will have an immediate effect on that misery, will provide immediate light to that darkness, and will actually, as Tom Harkin pointed out, have a pretty darn good bang for the buck at the same time. But you have Republicans in this town that must be captivated by some interest or some point of view that doesn't allow them to give us the chance to move this forward. But I think they do that at their peril. But the reason they really should be doing this is because in every state in this country, you see this misery. In Pennsylvania, I'll end with this. We see this unemployment problem in big cities like Philadelphia, over 10%, 10.5% roughly in that county, that city and county. But we also see it in very small rural counties. In Pennsylvania, northwestern Pennsylvania, where you see unemployment at 13% or 14%, they are very small and rural. A lot of small towns where that darkness has enveloped a lot of communities and a lot of families. We can provide some light in that darkness, and I think Republicans in Washington should get on board and get out of the way and allow this to go forward.